Yes,
Cool.
sir.
So what is NDA? A student has to clear UPSC NDA examination, and then he is called for a SSB interview, that is personality test, which is not easy, but it's simple. Right. After getting recommended by SSB, candidates receive medical letter from the SSB board. Then a merit list is formed. Then the recommended for the recommended candidates by SSB. Only medically fit candidates are sent joining letters to join the academy as per available vacancies. Then 3 years of training at NDNA, and then 1 year of subsequent training at Specialized Service Training Academy, and then you will be commissioned uh, in the prestigious Indian Armed Forces as officers. So let's move ahead, and today we are going to talk about specifically UPSC NDA examination and mathematics and how we are going to cover our syllabus. So as you know, UPSC NDA examination is conducted twice a year, and first paper is around third Sunday of April. Second paper is around first Sunday of September. It may change. You can check your nearest UPSC examination center in the notification, and you can select that particular center in while applying for the NDA on the UPSC website. So candidates are required to apply online by using the website. It is essential for applicant to register himself or herself first at OTR platform available on the Commission's website, and then proceeds for filling up the online application for examination. OTR has to be registered only once in lifetime. This can be done anytime throughout the year. If the candidate is already registered, she can proceed straight away for filling up the online application for the examination. You must apply with your own Gmail, phone number, or any personal details. So let us move ahead. This is all about like general knowledge which you need to have about the examination. And as you can see, for Army Wing, 12th pass candidate with any subjects is allowed. But for Air Force and Naval Wings of National Defense Academy, or 10+2 cadet entry scheme at the Indian Naval Academy, you have to have physics, chemistry, mathematics in your class 12th. Okay, let's move ahead. The paper pattern. Now, uh, I want your attention. There are two papers conducted consecutively with 1.5 hour break. First paper is of mathematics, which is uh, which is there for 300 marks, and it includes 120 questions, and it is for 2.5 hours, which is like 150 minutes, right? 150 minutes, 120 questions, 300 marks is the affair that we are going to discuss about. And GAT, this is also an important paper which have which scores and which like total score is 600 marks, 150 questions. 50 questions are of English, and 100 questions are of remaining science and social science and current affairs, economics, and all that remaining. So now let us focus ourselves and our discussion on the mathematics section. 120 questions, 300 marks, as told earlier, plus 2.5 marks for every correct answer. Now there is negative marking also, which will penalty the penalty marks of minus 0.83 mark for every wrong answer. So 2.5 hours, 150 minutes. 150 minutes, 120 questions means that you have to give 1.25 minutes for each question. But assuming that we are not robots and we are not machines and we will not be attempting all of the questions because of time limitation, let's assume that you have to attempt 80 questions, which is a good number of questions, good number of attempts, and you can take 20 minutes for filling OMR. So what we have, like after subtracting 20 minutes from 150, is that 130 minutes and 80 questions. So you approximately have 1.62 minutes per question, or let's say 1 minute 37 seconds. So let us assume that we will have 1 minute and 30 seconds for solving each and every question. And we will be approaching our course, our syllabus of mathematics using this analogy, like 1 minute 30 seconds. So now GAT, which is not my expertise, but still have written, so you can check out this. And for further strategy related to GAT, you can ask the other mentors. Okay. So is there any doubt regarding NDA mathematics? Any doubt? Anyone? You can unmute yourself.
Sir, I have, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, while we are attempting the GAT paper, we will directly ask the questions from the NCRT of CBSE syllabus. While I seen mathematics are quite different from that, sir, and the what source it will be, the questions are coming, sir. Have any suggestions, sir?
Okay, so like questions, yes, definitely they are based on NCRT for mathematics too, but questions are formed in such a manner that you will have to have a good grasp over the basics and the NCRT, and as well as you have to have clear and reasoning and a good reasoning of concepts that you can tweak, and you can use some techniques to solve those questions in a faster manner. So we are going to focus on solving PYQs, so that we'll be exactly looking at questions which are selected as NDA question by the UPSC Commission. So don't worry about that. We will cover that beautifully.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other doubt? No doubt. Okay. So I'm now going to screen share in a moment. Anyone having any other doubt? No doubts. Great. Means I'm a good teacher. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to start with limits chapter. Okay. So as we are starting from from calculus chapter, I'm very excited because calculus chapter is such a chapter which have load of questions in our paper, and it is also comparatively easy, like limits, continuity, and differentiability. These chapters are really easy, and as well as uh, wait. There is something missing from my previous PPT. I'm going to screen share that first. So is my screen visible? Hello, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please keep responding. Yeah, merit and cutoff, which is really important, because even if you clear UPSC and the examination, then come to SSB and then you get recommended. But still, if you have less marks, and even if you have cleared your medicals, but if you have less marks, if you will get merit out, then there will be no use of studying this much and putting that much efforts. Okay, but still there will be some use, but that we have to finally join NDA, so that's our prime objective. So good score in written examination to be stress free about the merit list, and it should be a target which is 370 plus for male candidates and 420 plus for female candidates. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Am I clear? So we are going to focus on this. Okay. And I want you all to at least focus on scoring 420 plus. And for female candidates, I'll say 450 plus, because we always have to aim higher. Okay. So having decided your aim and syllabus, dash on regardless, because this is the thing you want to do. Okay. Now coming to mathematics syllabus. So this is the syllabus as per Arihant.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, ask.
Sir, what is mean by boss on regardless?
Dash on, yeah. It means that you don't have to care about anything else. You have to just study and focus on your life, focus on building your career, focus on building your personality. I'm not saying you to study like only
Sir.
mathematics, but I'm like saying you to just focus on yourself and your life and building your career.
Okay, sir. I seen the motto in Bihar region, sir, so that's why
Okay, yeah.
both
this
are
is
same,
the
sir. Actually.
Yeah. So this is the syllabus of mathematics, which we are going to cover. And just for an example, I'm saying you to this, and you have to be really mature to listen the next sentence of mine. That you are not supposed to cover. First of all, you are not supposed to attempt all 120 questions in the paper. Is that making sense, everyone?
No, sir.
No. So my point is that
I mean,
we are having limited time. If we will
yes,
focus
sir.
on attempting all of the questions, we it is just not logically possible. Yes, it is possible, but we'll have to invest lot of time for that, and lot of efforts and centric effort on mathematics syllabus only, because you are having other subjects also, and UPSC NDA syllabus is like the granddaughter of UPSC CSE syllabus. So I want you to focus on every subject, because there is sectional cutoff also. We have to clear the sectional cutoff of mathematics and as well as GAT too. And yes, definitely, as we are going to study mathematics, so sectional cutoff is nothing for us, and we have to focus on scoring at least around 150 plus at least. And if you are going for a, like good marks, then I'll suggest you to aim for 190, 180. Okay. So this is our syllabus, and if we do not have to cover, like if we do not have to attempt all of the questions, so we can choose what questions to attempt. Because if we will attempt around 80 questions with 90 or 80 with 90 or 85% of accuracy, we'll be having good score, and it will be also reasonable to uh, limit our efforts to certain syllabus and focus on that syllabus and mastering the syllabus, so that we'll be getting the maximum out of that syllabus and we'll be able to solve each and every question without like giving more attention or more time than required for a question. So we have to uh, like I'm not saying that I'm not going to cover the whole of the syllabus. No, definitely I'm going to cover each and every chapter and each and every topic. I'm leaving it up to you, that you can leave one or two or three chapters if you feel very worried about them. Okay. And I'm not saying you to leave those chapters which are having uh, good amount of questions. You can leave some chapters which are having, like they are tough and they are not able, you're not able to solve those questions in at a particular speed. So you can leave those chapters. It is completely fine, because we have to attempt 80 questions, not 180 questions. And even attempting 80 questions is really good number, because most of the times I see my friends and many candidates, many students attempting only 50 or 60 questions because of the time limitation. Okay. Now am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm leaving it to you that you can leave 1 or 2 chapters as per your convenience, and please be smart while doing that. So just for an example, just an example, I'm not saying you to draw inspiration from this. I covered all these chapters which are highlighted. Okay. Just for example. So you can define your syllabus by yourself, choose easy or simple chapters. And I'm not saying choosing easy and simple chapters with the view or the perspective of with the view of perspective of other candidates. It is you which you have to select that this chapter is easy for me, this chapter is simple for me, and this chapter is also having good amount of relevance and importance for with the perspective of UPSC. So I'm going to cover these chapters. Okay, so you have to define your syllabus by yourself, and you have to cover chapters like this is for some other, but I'm going to like we are going to attend live lectures, so I'm not saying you to attend any YouTube channel. Let's cut that. And we have to solve previous year questions of each and every chapter. Like after defining our syllabus, we will cover chapters each first, like as we are going to start with limits chapter. So I'll be telling you and solving concepts and explaining concepts in front of you. And plus, just I'm not just going to explain the concept, but I'm also going to explain you that some tricks or some techniques using which we can solve questions in a faster manner, because we have to save time and we have to optimize for scoring the maximum amount of marks and gaining the maximum marks in NDA mathematics examination, right? Okay. So after covering a chapter, we will be solving previous year questions of that chapter. And while solving those previous year questions, you will be also getting an idea that how questions are solved. Because earlier, what we used to do in class 12th or 11th, we used to write given, we used to write all of that unnecessary things, and not like necessary for CBSE perspective. For now, as we are solving objective type questions, so we have to just tick an option and we have to find a correct answer. So we can use whatever method which is convenient to you and which is efficient for us for solving, for saving time, right? So after covering the syllabus, I want you to keep on revising the chapter notes. And by making flash notes, what I mean is that first you have like made your notes, like every chapter is of around 50 pages, right? After covering this chapter, solving PYQs, now you have made an understanding, and now you will not require examples in between your notes, right? Everyone, keep on responding, please.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, as we do not require 50 pages notes, we just require some concepts and formulas. So, I will want you to make another notebook, a simple, single, small, short notebook in which you will cover each and every chapter in just 3 to 4 pages. And that will be your flash notes, right? And flash notes will be really important. I just like referred to my full 50 pages 50 pages notes for the first time I prepared, but for the my upcoming attempts I referred to my flash notes only, because it included all the important not only important but all the concepts, and as well as formulas. Okay. So after doing this, I want you to practice mock papers. I will be also sending some papers on in your way to boost your preparation. Giving mock on same time as of exam. So these are some tips and tricks. We can discuss those later. But let me just cover if I have these on my PPT. So while you will be giving your mock papers, so you try that you solve those mock papers on the time from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. so that you'll be having the same time frame in your mindset, and you sit with the OMR sheet, and I can send the OMR sheet uh, in the group when we will be practicing mock test. So we will be also focusing ourselves not only on attempting questions on, are we also teaching you how to skip questions, because we have to attempt 120 questions, means that we have to attempt 180 questions sorry, we have 120 questions, so we have to attempt 80 questions and we have to skip 40 questions. So we'll focus on both, that how to skip and how to attempt. Analyze your positives and shortcomings thoroughly while giving mock papers. वहां से take feedback from there, work on your shortcomings and refine those shortcomings and attempt the next mock and repeat this process over and over again, and you will be having a really good score in your mathematics paper by just following these 4 steps. Is that clear, everyone? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is about English, which is not my expertise. Okay. Any doubt? Anyone you can ask? Okay. Shall we move ahead with our first chapter?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start with calculus. So here's the first chapter. Limits. So this is the first chapter of calculus. Okay. So limit, first of all, we are discussing about functions in the calculation whole of the chapter. We'll be discussing about functions, and those functions can include polynomials and even fractions in any kind of expression using having some variables, right? Because variables only change with respect to x or y axis that are coordinate axes, right? So limit of a function y is equals to fx at a point x is equals to a exists if x approaches a from left or from right, and y is equals to fx approaches to the same value. So this is a bookish definition. Now let us understand this definition using this example. So as you can see, there is a function here in the picture, which is y is equals to x plus 2. We can also write it as the function of variable x is x plus 2. So now here in the graph, we can see that this is the function's curve, which is a straight line here in this case. Okay. Now, if we will approach this function on a particular limit, let us say on x is equals to 2. If we are evaluating its function's limit on x is equals to 2, and we have drawn the curve of this function, and we'll approach this particular point from left, okay, and we'll have some value, certain value on this point, right? Very near to x is equals to 2, but not x is equals to 2. We are approaching this point from left side. And when we will approach this particular point on this function from right side, okay, and while approaching this function from left side of 2, which we'll write as 2 minus, and when we'll approach this function from the right side of 2, we'll write it as 2 positive. And when these two particular values will be equal to some finite value, then we'll say that the function's limit will exist on x is equals to 2. And this is what the definition is saying. Now let me repeat, and we will be able to understand this definition more easily. Limit of a function at a point x is equals to a exists if, so the statement ahead of this if is the condition for existing limit, that if this condition satisfies, then the limit of that particular function at a certain point will exist. So if x approaches given point, given a, from left or from right, and y is equals to fx approaches to same value, then limit exists. So we can just remember it using this short definition. limit of a function will exist if left hand limit and right hand limit are equal. You can write it as left x minus a of function and limit of this function approaching from right. We will denote it as a positive and a negative. So this is left hand limit and this is right hand limit. Is that clear to everyone that when limit exists or not? Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? No doubt, then
No,
say
sir. Clear, sir.
no doubt. Okay, so let us move ahead. Next slide. So now let's focus on finding the limit of this particular question. As it is shown, let us first simplify the function. We are simplifying the function. As you can see that x square minus 4. So we can write 4 as 2 square, right? And now we are all aware about this identity, algebraic identity, that a square minus b square equals a plus b into a minus b, right? So we can write x square minus 2 square as x plus 2 and x minus 2. This is divided by x minus 2. So this will get cancelled and our function is equals to x plus 2, given that our function will not be defined on x is equals to 2. So this is the condition for our function to exist. If you have any doubt at any point of time, then please you can ask. Okay, this is our function now. Now we will check if the limit exists of this function on x is equals to 2, because we will not be able to find f of 2, because on f of 2 the value of the function will not exist. Is this point clear to everyone that why the function will not exist on x is equals to 2?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, if you have any doubt, you can ask. I can explain it multiple times. Anyone?
Sir, can you explain f of 2 why it does not exist?
Okay. So as in the given function, which is our original form of our function, if we will put x is equals to 2, then our value of function will become 4 minus 4 upon 2 minus 2, right? This is 0 by 0 form, which is an indeterminate form. So this form does not exist. Okay, that's why our function will not exist. And we'll learn about what are indeterminate forms further. We have slides ahead. Okay, so is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
That whenever the denominator of any value becomes 0, then the whole function or the whole value will become infinite or not defined. So now, as we have our function, now let us find its limit, if its limit exists or not on x is equals to 2. So we have our function x is x plus 2, where x cannot be equal to 2. So now applying limits, first of all approaching function from left hand side, that is 2 minus. So x minus, what is our function? X plus 2, limit. Now putting x, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible? And please do not use chat because I'll not be able to read it. So you can unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So x tends to 2 minus h. So now let us we have to put 2 minus value in the place of x. Now we will understand a very important concept. which you might have learned earlier in the school also, but still we are going to discuss it. The concept of H. Are you aware? Is anyone aware about H in limits?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Who said this? And please explain what is H.
Sir, H means the H hence to means the value is approaching to the X. If we take the value of X, if the value is extends to zero, the X value is approaching to zero but not zero.
Yes, exactly. Right. So if you will draw a Cartesian plane on this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So here we know there is an origin which coordinates are 0, 0, right? So let's take a single number line minus. So here it is also a origin whose coordinate is 0 only. So if this is the particular point origin, we will approach this particular point from left hand side and the right hand side, but the value will never become 0. H is not equals to 0, but it is almost approximately equals to 0. It is tending from like, let us say that is 0 point, is dot 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 and 0.00001. Now here also 0 is minus 0.0001, 1. But still, you are able to understand it. 1. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So now is it visible?
Yes, it is so.
Cool. So where were we? What I was explaining earlier when my internet got disrupted.
Extends to zero, sir.
Yeah. So is everyone clear with this concept of that h is not equals to 0, but it is approaching to 0, which makes it approximately equals to 0. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone clear? If any one of you have any doubt, then please ask. Okay. So let us take this ahead. Anyone having no doubts? No doubts.
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move ahead. That as we have understand that 2 is approaching, that this 2 minus, which it represents that we are approaching the value of 2 from left hand side, and which is not equals to 2, but it is approximately equals to 2. So what we can write is 2 minus h. That 2, that whenever we are approaching 2 from left hand side, but it's not equal to 2, but it is approaching to 2. So we can write it as 2 minus h. So now let us, as we are changing our variable from x to h, so now from at the place of h, x will be writing 2 minus h plus 2, and here we'll be writing the limit of h, which is tending to a 0. Is that clear that why we have written this particular thing or this particular expression? Anyone having any doubts? No doubts. You can speak no doubt then. Okay, I guess no one having any doubts. So let us move ahead. And as we can see in the picture, that it will become 4 minus h, limit h tending towards 0. Now, as h is approximately equals to 0, so we'll write 4 here. Now we will this, as we know, the function is x is equals to 2, where x cannot be equals to 2. And like, remember this, that I'm writing the condition of the function with it, with the function, because it is a part of a function. Because without this condition, this function will not exist at a certain point, and the information will be half or incomplete. So please give due attention to conditions also, and minute things, and basic on like focusing on basic concepts will make us able to solve basic and simple question of UPSC. Otherwise, if we will not focus on basic concept like this, we are going to miss out on things, and will be marking wrong options in the NDA mathematics examination. Will be happy, but when our results will be announced, and when our roll number will not be in the PDF, then that will make us really sad. So this is a day to work and heed to those minute details. Now let us move ahead and let us find the right hand limit. We have found out already the left hand limit. So a function, and we'll be approaching the function from the right hand side of the given limit, which is 2. Limit and function is x plus 2, x tending to 2 plus, as 2 plus. So it is not 2, but we are approaching from right, so it will be slightly more than 2. So 2 plus h we can write. So substituting the value of x will be 2 plus h plus 2, h tending to 0. Now it will become left limit h tend. I was saying lieutenant. Limit h tending to 0, 2 plus 2, 4 plus h. Now h is approximately equals to 0, so right hand limit is also 4. So now, as we have left hand limit equals to 4 and right hand limit equals to 4, so our left hand limit and right hand limit for this function is 0. So limit exists for function x square. What was that? What was our function? X square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. So x square minus 4 on x minus 2, where x is not equals to 0 and at x tending to 2. So our limit is existing. Okay, is that clear to everyone? How we have solved this particular question and how we have proved that limit exists at x tending to 0. Anyone having any doubts or just want to crack any joke in the class right now?
No, sir, but I have a doubt, sir. Extends to, we have put minus or plus 2, sir, right? I think.
What? Could you repeat?
Sir, in the last line, it you kept, no, sir. It extends to 2.
Yeah.
So there, I having a doubt that we are approaching the not 2. We are approaching minus 2, no, sir.
No, yeah. I got your doubt, and that is also
So,
like genuine doubt. So, as we are, whenever we are writing, like we are approaching certain point, like for say, if we are approaching A, right? So, what we are doing it in parts. First of all, we will approach A from left hand side, like saying A minus, and we will be approaching A from right hand side. Let us say that A plus. And now, why specifically have I denoted it by A minus and A plus? I'll uh, draw a figure and make you explain. So, okay. Is our line. Let us consider this is a number line. Okay. Minus infinity and plus infinity. And this is our point. X is equals to A. So now if we are approaching this number and we do not have to approach it on this particular point, so what we have to do, we'll be approaching from this side or this side, right? This side will be approaching, when we'll be approaching from left hand side, so we'll write left hand limit, right? And we will be approaching from this end, this side, so we'll write right hand limit. And when we are doing it, so we can understand that if this x is equals to A is dividing the number line in two parts, which is one side we can write it as that if we are approaching from this side, so if this is a nearer to minus infinity, so now we are writing for just uh, denotation purposes, for denoting that we are tending to a from left hand side, so we are coming from a negative side from minus infinity and we are approaching to a, so that's why we are writing x is approaching to minus a, and we are when we are approaching it from the right hand side, so now when we will be writing that we are approaching to a from positive infinity towards a, so whenever we are approaching any particular point, so we'll be approaching it from two directions, from left hand side and from right hand side, and that's why we are writing minus or plus, right? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is anyone having any doubt till now? And please do not be shy. Do not be shy if you for asking doubts, and if you have any question, because I some I was I got a advice from my teacher, and I'm very grateful to the teacher now. I was not later. I was not back then that much having like having that much gratitude, but I regret it also now that he gave a really good advice in the class that if you have any doubt, then please be fool for 2 minutes and ask that particular doubt and get your doubt cleared. Otherwise, be fool for your whole life and don't get clarification on that particular doubt, and you'll remain uh, unaware about the doubt. Okay. So please don't be shy. Don't be shy. We are all here in the process of learning. We'll be I will be also saying you to improve on some things, and I will be also commending you for your good work. So let us now be very open. Do not be shy, because we are in the process of growth and progress, and we are in the growth progression, we are learning something, so we have to be really honest to ourselves, to our classmates, and to me, to your teacher. Okay, so this is the concept of approaching limits. So now we are going to discuss a very basic concept, which is indeterminate forms. So as you can see in the screen, that if any particular value or if any function when we are solving and they are coming out to be in this form, a 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, or just simply infinity, or minus infinity, or sorry, it is that my if the function we are solving and we are having infinity minus infinity, then still it's not equal to 0, it is an indeterminate form. If we are multiplying 0 into infinity, this is also an indeterminate form. If we are raising the power of 0 to 0, this is also an indeterminate form. If we are raising the power of infinity to 0, this is also an indeterminate form. And if we are raising the power of 1 to infinity, then it is also said to be as indeterminate form. Okay. So what are indeterminate form? These are forms which we cannot like quantify specifically. Like when I say that uh, 2 kilo banana, so we are quantifying the amount of 2 kilo banana. But when I say 0 banana and 0 apple, so these are some very theoretical concept. They do not exist. They are not tangible, right? What is 0 banana in practical life? That no banana or 0 apple. So these are very like indeterminate form. You have to understand it in such a manner that we are not able to specifically quantify these forms, these particular forms. That's why we are mentioning them as indeterminate form. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move ahead. And these are some important formulas for your limits. So is anyone aware about these formulas? Please speak. Anyone? Okay, so yes, please speak. Okay, if no one, no problem. We are going to learn them right now. So the first formula, when limit is when limit of some function is tending to a and function is in the form of given expression, then we can directly substitute the value of x with a if it is not coming out to be an indeterminate form. Otherwise, we can directly substitute. Okay. So if we are substituting the value of the function and we are finding the value of function directly and it is coming out to be in an indeterminate form, then we are going to apply some different method which we will be learning further. So here you can also substitute directly. And now if the function is getting multiplied by some constant, c is constant here. So we can keep the constant out of the picture and we can apply directly the limit on the function and we'll multiply it by this function. Okay. Sorry for my bad handwriting. I'm new to Pentab. If two functions are getting added and that sum of those two functions are under the operation of limit, then we can separately apply the limit on the both of these functions. And the converse is also true. Here it is same. No problem. Okay. If two functions are getting multiplied and their product is getting limited or is under the operation of limit, so we can separately apply the limits on that also. Okay. Now multiplying this, limit x tends to a g of x. And if it is the case of power, then it is same. You can guess it. Okay. We are also going to see some examples so that you'll be able to understand what fx is and x tends to a divided limit x tends to a zx. Provided that limit z of x is not equals to 0, because then it will form an indeterminate form, which we will not be able to quantify specifically. So are these formula clear to you everywhere?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us speedily take some examples and understand these formulas. Like for example, let me say 3x plus 4, and limit exists, or it is undergoing an operation of limit where x is tending towards say 1. Then we can directly substitute the value of x and we can write it as the option 1. This is the example of first limit. Understood?
Sure.
Understood, everyone? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So if like this is the function and this is the square root. So let's not mention 2 because it's granted. And the limit is extended to 4. So we can directly substitute and write under root 4, which is 2. Given that we do not end up solving for an indeterminate form, otherwise we can directly substitute. This is the example of second formula. Let us take third formula, that 4 into x square plus 2. It is a function and the limit is existing from x is tending towards 1. Okay. X is tending to 1. So we can take 4 out and we can apply the limit inside. Okay, and x is tending to 1. So directly substituting 1 square plus 2. So 4 into 1 plus 2, which is speak.
Good. 12, sir.
Very good. Please please keep speaking, everyone. I like we are very very good in number, right? For an interactive class. So I want you all to take participation, active participation, asking doubts, contributing in the class form, So all this, let me give 4 more examples. So let us say that root x square minus 3 plus root x square minus 4. Okay. And this is a function, and limit is existing, x tending to 5. So now we can apply the limit on these two functions which are in the form separatively. X square minus 3, x is tending to 5. Sorry for my bad handwriting. X is tending to 5 plus limit x is tending to 5 square root of x square minus 4. And let us directly substitute, because 25 minus 3 will come out to be a rational value. No, sorry, irrational value, but still it will be an determinate form, indeterminate form. 25 minus 4. So it will be.
Sir,
Yes.
what if we do that limit extends to 5, will take common on the both sides?
Limit x tends to 5.
Will take it as a common, sir. It is possible.
Yes,
Is
yes.
that
You can
possible?
directly do it from here. I'm just giving you example that how the limit will get separately. Like we can also apply the limit separatively, just
Sure.
for an example for the previous formulas, right? If you have
Sure.
understood, we can not like go for this kind of examples, because we are not. I'm not telling you to do it in this manner. In exams, I'm just explaining the formulas to you, right?
Okay,
Very
sir.
good.
Got it.
So if you have understood all the formulas, then please convey. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. So anyone having any other doubt regarding the whole class, or any other doubt related to life, related to subject, related to NDA preparation, you can ask. Everyone?
Sir, yes, sir. I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, ask.
Sir, while preparing in formulas and doing problems, there is no. I'm not facing any type of problem, sir. But in the mock test, I'm really getting a problem, sir. I can't move my pen in that way, sir.
You're not able to focus on mock test. What's the problem?
I mean, while I'm doing on the mock test, I can't able to move my pen, sir. I mean, like while I'm doing practicing, it will be all right, sir. Because I don't know what wrong step I'm taking, but there is some wrong step I'm taking, so that's why couldn't do problems as much as possible, sir.
So you're not able to move your pen.
Yes, sir. I mean, like I can't able to make the question solve.
Okay, so you're not able to solve the question. No worries. Once we will complete first chapter, then when we will come on solving questions from the perspective of ND examination, time present, and solving questions in a faster manner, then I will be explaining that also. For quick solution, as you have asked this doubt, I have to answer it. So, what you can do first is that when you have made chapter notes, make flash notes, like short notes. And after making
So,
short notes, revise those flash notes multiple multiple number of times. Like for, I just cannot quantify and tell you a number, but just keep on revising those concepts and formulas, so that those concepts remain very close to your heart and remain very close to your proximity memory, right? When you will have
so,
concepts in your near mind, then you will, whenever you will see question, then the concept will pop up in your head. Okay, so you have to revise formulas and concepts multiple number of time, and you can make flash notes for that. I have explained what flash notes are in earlier of the class. If anyone have missed it, you can watch the class recording as well. Any other doubt?
no, sir.
Anyone? Okay, so how was the class? Any reviews for me? Any feedback for me? Please be very bluntly honest for giving feedback to me. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the explanation part was really nice, sir.
Okay.
And while taking, and we are the special thing is you are remembering the what point should be noted at the time of solving the problems. And one disadvantage is, sir, I'm observed that too friendly, sir. Being too friendly because
Okay.
it is a as per math subject, it wants to be tough, and you should be tough, sir. That's it. I can give that.
Okay. Noted. I'll be more strict. Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Anyone else having any feedback for me? I'm already having more time from you. Anyone? Okay. So was everything fine other than this? That was being too friendly. Okay, cool. So shall we conclude our session? If you have no other doubts, reviews for me. Okay, I think we should now. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. It was a great session. You have been great students and good active listeners. Thank you for your attention. Good evening. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jai Hind.